Hello students, in my previous video we had discussed about kinds of sentences according to function. But today in this video we will discuss about kinds of sentences according to structure. According to structure, sentences can be classified into three kinds. As I earlier told you that sentence is a group of words that makes a complete sense. And let's discuss about its kinds according to structure. The first one is simple sentences. A simple sentence has only one independent clause. As clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb. So it has a subject and a verb. So remember that in simple sentence there would be a single subject and a single verb. And it would convey complete sense. That would complete in itself. That would be senseful. For example, I am happy. Here you may see that here is a simple subject, single subject and a single verb. And it's meaningful, it's senseful. So it's a simple sentence. Next is, she is learning to swim. Here it is a single subject and is learning again a single verb. So it's again making a senseful meaning. That's why it's a simple sentence. In third example again, father is a subject and boat is a verb and it's making a sense. So it's a simple sentence. Now let's discuss about its other kind, that is compound sentences. Compound means joined sentences that has two or more independent clauses. Remember that there must be independent clauses that are not dependent on each other. The independent clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction. That means one independent clause and another second independent clause. They are joined by coordinating conjunction. And which coordinating conjunctions are they? They are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or, so. And there is a simple method to learn these conjunctions. There is an acronym, Fanboys. You may learn these conjunctions by remembering this acronym. Just like in maths, you used to learn the formula by learning board mass. In English, in this topic, you may learn Fanboys to remember coordinating conjunction. Fanboys, F stands for, and A stands for and, N stands for nor, B stands for but, O stands for or, Y stands for yet, and S stands for so. So it's very easy to learn these coordinating conjunction by just learning this acronym Fanboys. Alright. So let's look at these examples. The first one is, I like tea but she likes coffee. Here let's look at the different clauses. Here it is the first clause, I like tea, and she likes coffee. It's another clause, and they are joined by the help of this coordinating conjunction but, and they both clauses are complete in itself. They are making a complete sense. I like tea and she likes coffee. So they are compound sentences. If they are making complete sense in itself, they are both independent clauses. Independent clause here and independent clause there. Another example is, she was tired. First clause, she went off to sleep. Another clause, and they are joined with the help of coordinating conjunction. So, and they both are independent clauses. Third example, she went to the station, and here she is omitted. It's not mentioned, but here the subject is she. She bought tickets for the trip. And here is a coordinating conjunction that has joined both these clauses, and they both are independent clauses. Clear? As they are making complete sense, they don't need each other to make its complete sense. Now here is a note to remember how we can find the independent and dependent clauses and what's the difference between compound and complex sentences. The part of sentence that can stand alone and convey complete sense is called the main or independent clause. As we did in compound sentences, those examples, they were all main or independent clauses. In this example, she came to my house and she went off to sleep. She is omitted, but here subject is she. She came to my house, it's a clause that is complete in itself, and she went off to sleep, it's also complete in itself, and they are joined with the help of coordinating conjunction. Both the parts, she came to my house and she went off to sleep, are independent clauses because both these parts convey complete sense and are independent of each other, as they can stand alone. The part of sentence that is dependent on the other part. Here comes the other thing, that the part of a sentence that is dependent on the other part is called the subordinate or the dependent clause. That is in complex sentences that we are going to discuss right now, that there would be a independent clause and one dependent clause. Like in this example, Marina had left, this is one clause, and before I could reach Jisha's house, this is another clause. So this one, first clause is independent and another clause is dependent on the first one. In this sentence, Marina had left can stand independently and be a sentence on its own, means it makes a complete sense. But I could reach Jisha's house cannot stand alone as a complete sentence on its own. So it's a dependent one and this one is independent. You will learn more about phrases and clauses in chapter 14 and chapter 15 respectively. Now let's discuss about the third kind of sentences, that is complex sentences. As we earlier discussed that there would be an independent clause and two or more than two dependent clauses. Let's look at this definition. A complex sentence has an independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. The two clauses are joined by a subordinating conjunction. As in coordinating conjunctions, there was a formula to learn them, but here you need to learn them themselves, such as because, that, when, until, though, although, or while. You may yourself create any formula to learn these conjunctions. For example, she went out for a walk although it was raining. Here she went out for a walk, it's a clause, and although it was raining, that's another clause. She went out for a walk, it's a complete clause. So it's a independent clause. Although it was raining, it's a clause, but it's not complete, as it's not making a complete sense. It is dependent on this part. It needs this part to complete its sense. So it's a dependent clause. Alright? Let's look at another example. Mary left early. It's a single clause. Another is because she had to catch a flight early in the morning. It's another clause. So this one is complete and it's making a complete sense. So it's independent clause, and this one needs another one's help. So this is dependent clause, as it needs its help to complete its sense. The next example is the train had left. This is a clause that is complete in itself, and another is before I reach the station. It's not complete. It needs this part to complete its sense. So this one that is complete, that is independent clause, and this one that is not complete, that is dependent clause. So those sentences in which there are independent clause, one independent clause and more than one dependent clauses, they are complex sentences. Let's do this D exercise to know more about simple, compound and complex sentences. So the question is to identify the kinds of sentences as simple, compound or complex. We need to put S for simple, C for compound and CO for complex sentences. The first one is the baby cried for food. As I told you that if there is a single subject and a single verb and a single clause, then that is a simple sentence, right? The second one is being tired, he went to bed. Here again a single subject and single verb. You may see a single subject and a single verb. Then again it's a simple sentence. The third one is if you study well, you will pass. As you may see, the first clause, if you study well, it's a dependent clause, and you will pass, it's an independent clause, as it's complete in itself and it's not making its complete sense. So it's a complex sentence. Fourth one is the teacher entered the class. Here you may see single subject and single verb. So it's a simple sentence. Fifth one is I saw a girl. Here it's a clause who had blue eyes. Here is another clause. So I saw a girl, it's a complete senseful clause, and who had blue eyes, it's not making its complete sense as it needs this part to complete its sense. So it's a complex sentence. Sixth one is the earth moves around the sun. Here subject is the earth, verb is moves, and it's a single clause and making a complete sense. So it's again a simple sentence. The seventh one, the he works hard. Here it's a clause, so he will succeed. Here is another clause. He works hard, it's making a complete sense, and he will succeed also making a complete sense. So both of them are independent clauses and they are joined with the help of the so. It's a coordinating conjunction. As I told you to remember coordinating conjunctions with the help of Fanboys. Fanboys, here so stands, S stands for so. So it's easy to remember coordinating conjunction, and that two independent clauses that are joined with the help of coordinating conjunctions are compound sentences. So the answer is it's a compound sentence. Next, in the eighth sentence, again the food was hot. It's a complete senseful clause, and I could not eat. It's again a complete clause, and they are joined with the same conjunction so. So it's a compound sentence again. Next is when I was young, we had a lot of pets. Here when I was young, it's a dependent clause. We had a lot of pets, it's an independent clause. This clause needs this part to complete its sense. So it's a complex sentence because it's having an independent clause and one dependent clause. 10th one is while Tom reads novels, it's a dependent clause, and Jack reads comics, it's independent clause. So it's a complex sentence. 11th one, as it rained heavily. As it rained heavily, it's a dependent clause, and the school was closed. It's making sense, and it's a independent clause. So it's again a complex sentence. 12th one, it rained heavily. It's a clause that is independent. The schools were closed. It's another clause that's again independent. They both are making their complete sense, and they are joined with the help of so. Fanboys, in Fanboys, S is again stands for so. So these both independent clauses are joined with the help of coordinating clauses. So it's a compound subject, compound sentence. 13th one, everyone enjoyed the film. It's a independent clause. However, I did not. However, I did not. Here everyone enjoyed the film is a clause, and however I did not, that's another clause. It's complete in itself, and it's not making its complete sense without this part. So it's a complex sentence. 14th one is although it rained a lot, they enjoyed themselves. Although it rained a lot, it's incomplete, and it needs this part to complete its sense. So it's again a complex sentence. 15th one, Jigyasa is a teacher. This is a clause that is complete in itself. Her brother is an engineer. It's again making a complete sense. So both are independent clauses, and here is the coordinating conjunction. And is the coordinating conjunction. Fanboys, A stands for and. So it's a compound sentence. The 16th one, the cat jumped onto the couch. This is independent clause and joined and with the coordinating conjunction with the another clause that's also independent. The cat slept on a cushion. Here the subject would be the cat. The cat slept on a cushion. So both are independent and joined with the coordinating conjunction. So it's again a compound sentence. 17th one, my friend has invited me to a party. It's a independent clause as it's making complete sense. I don't want to go to it. It's again an independent clause and senseful, a complete meaningful clause. Here the conjunction, coordinating conjunction is but. Fanboys, B stand for but. So it's a compound sentence. 18th one, Rajni likes reading novels. It's a complete clause, independent clause. Priyansh loves reading comics. It's again a complete clause. It's a senseful. Both are senseful. Both can stand alone, and they are joined with the help of coordinating conjunction. So both of these clauses are independent. So they are compound sentence. 19th one, although my friend invited me to the party. This is dependent clause as it's not making its complete sense. Another clause, I do not want to go. It's independent as it's making its complete sense. This part needs this one to complete itself. So it's a complex sentence. 20th one, she likes to sleep in. This is independent, but she can get up early if she has work. It's again independent and joined with the coordinating conjunction but. Fanboys, B stand for but. So it's a compound sentence. 21st and the last one is although I like to go camping. This is dependent clause as it can't stand alone. It needs another part to complete its sense. So it's dependent. Another is I haven't had the time to go anywhere lately. This is independent as it can stand alone. It is making a meaningful sense. So one independent and one dependent, they become a complex sentence. Alright. So This is all about simple, compound and complex sentences. So I hope that you have understood it. If you have any doubt, you may write in the comments box, and we will meet in the next video. Till then, take care and keep studying. Bye bye.